All right, everybody, what's up? It's Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Andy Owings here with you for the end of day analysis. Let's go ahead and see how we did today. I think we did pretty well in terms of the levels, the calls. We're getting a lot of activity in the Discord, people using this analysis to make money, and that's what it's all about. Super excited about it. Link to the Discord below the video. All right, let's take a look at ES here. Guys, this is a nice little flash pattern here. Gap up here on open, picking up this true average envelope bottom. You got a lot of support now confirmed here at 50, 58.10 right in there. So that's what I would be looking for, a support level at 58.10 and a push higher like this, because we haven't had a single reprieve yet from this big drop off. I think now's the time. The shorts did get stuck today. They got squeezed, and I expect to see that squeeze continue over the next 24 hours. So that's what I'm looking for. And as long as this key support zone from 58.10 to 57.60, that's your support right there. I know it's a big zone. I don't think we're going to fish down into the zone because the shorts are getting squeezed right now. Obviously anything can happen, but I think we're going to continue to squeeze to the upside here. And I would be looking for a target up around the extension here, envelope top, 59.20. So that's what I'd be looking for on ES. Let's go ahead and look at NQ, see what we got shaken. There's a lot of other things, guys, I see on these charts that I don't, point out because I'm just giving you the end result of what I'm seeing. When I launch the course and we do the detailed end of day analysis across all the futures markets, that's what I'm going to go into very, very great depth, pointing out exactly what I'm seeing on every chart and teaching you how to do it yourself, because that will reinforce what you're learning in the course, that in the live day trading room. If you can't become a consistently profitable trader with that and me helping you craft your own personal customized trading plans and all that kind of stuff, I will do everything I can to bring you to consistent profitability. If you put in the hard work and you really dedicate yourself, this is going to give you a chance like no other you've ever come across. So, just keep that in mind. And the more you pay attention to these daily analysis videos I'm doing, the more ready you're going to be for the course when it drops. It's going to be super cheap. Anybody's going to be able to do it. It's not going to be Furu BS pricing. And you'll be able to pick right up with the course and the concepts if you really start to understand the hints and everything I'm putting down in these end of day analysis videos. Okay, so pay very close attention if you're serious about your trading. Super important, and some really good nuggets in here. All right, here's NQ. Very similar. I'd be looking for support into 20,400 here on NQ. Maybe look for a push back up here to 21,000. Obviously, anything's can happen. So if this 20,400 level starts getting taken out, I wouldn't be longing down here, right? I'd be looking for longs right in here. Whereas ES looks pretty strong from where we're at right now. NASDAQ, I'd maybe wait for a little dip down into here and then try and buy it. And if the intraday charts told me I was wrong, then I'd cut it. And if we start to break out to the downside, I play the short side, right? So this is how you got to use these levels. But my bias for the next 24 hours is that we should get a pullback because the shorts are stuck. We're at some really good support levels here on my charts. So that's what I would be looking for, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the Dow here. All right, hadn't looked at the Dow all day. The Dow pretty much, the bed today. Can't really say that on YouTube, can I? That word. Anyways, the Dow, the bed. And I think we were talking about that, right? I said you should have a lot of resistance there at 43.6. That's where you had the dot zone. Didn't even get there. It just, started dumping. So to those of you who took advantage of the analysis and got short the Dow today, good job. Proud of you guys. Some guys in the Discord were mentioning that. All right, so yeah, with the Dow here too, this is looking weaker than ES or NQ, although I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback. But at this point on the Dow, you got a lot of resistance up here into this pocket. 43.6 is the resistance level I'd be looking for. But I wouldn't get long the Dow. It looks weaker than NQ and ES. ES kind of looks like the one that could pop and squeeze overnight. NQ as well, but maybe NQ a little bit of a dip first into that support level I called out. So let's go ahead and round it off here with the Russell 2000, finish off the indices and see what we got shaken for the Russ. Exciting times ahead for all. All right, just had a great surf session. Amazing surfing the sunset here in Costa Rica. Caught a ton of rights. I'm really getting my flow back now. Awesome, super stoked. My 6'4" fish is working out great. My new board, it's just awesome. All right, So you got to do some things, guys. You got to have hobbies to take your mind off the trading, or you go nuts. So I go surfing every day after the market closed, then I come back refreshed, ready to rock, give you the end of day analysis. All right, so the Russ looking pretty darn weak as well. You got a really nice resistance level up here, 2130-ish. So I'd pay very close attention to that. I'm pretty confident that rallies will get sold into here on the Russell 2000. There's my analysis for you there. Keep an eye on that for the Russell. Let's look at the 10-year Treasury note. I took a little peek at them today, intraday, and they were continuing to push higher, but it looks like they might have sold off a little bit here. Yeah. So when stocks had the squeeze to the upside, that big reversal, that's when the 10-year started rolling over a little bit. And yeah, you probably got some pretty good resistance up in here on the 10-year now. So if the 10-year rolls over just a little bit, just temporarily here on the daily chart, that's probably more evidence that we're going to get the squeeze on ES and NQ, right? So that's what I'd be looking for, because I don't really expect the 10-year to just push out back like this. I would expect it to be a little bit more under pressure and try and fish a little lower. And if that's the case, then you'll see stocks continue to probably squeeze higher. So keep that in mind. And the 30-year and the ultra bond will be the same. So we're starting to see a confluence of what we expect for tomorrow, which is fantastic. I'll be looking to play the long side if I do put on any trades in between developing the course, setting up, all the infrastructure stuff. Guys, a lot of stuff goes into this. I mean, I could never have imagined this before I got started. Like, my trading has really taken a back seat here the last couple of weeks as I get all this developed, but it's totally worth it. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning some new things, but I am just chomping at the bit to get it all set up and focus 100% on these analysis videos for you, the live trading room, teaching you guys, mentoring you, helping you come up with your own customized trading plan based off of my proprietary indicators, my charts, all that. I mean, you guys are going to be blown away, those of you who, really take it seriously and pay a lot of attention. All right, so here's gold. This is interesting because, you recall at the start of the week, we said expected quite a lot of resistance here at about the 2920 level, and here we are. So I think for gold, yeah, I mean, you got to look short here, because the daily here, we're trending down, popping up right into this resistance zone, which is overlapping with the weekly here. The monthly still got some resistance here. I'm not thrilled that we're above that pink dot, but this is a zone here. Quarterly's in the in the process of potentially exhausting for a correction. So we'll see, but I'd be looking for a short on gold, especially if the indices continue to squeeze higher and the treasury space pulls off. 10-year notes, 30-year bond, ultra bond, if they start to, bleed off a little bit while NQ and ES are squeezing higher, then I would expect gold to be a little bit under pressure. And we do have a nice resistance level right here for gold right now. So I would be looking at my intraday charts right up into this level here and be looking to short gold. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Do your best with it. Let's look at silver here real quick. And guys, just to recap for those who are new, I know I repeat a lot of things sometimes, but a lot of people are joining the channel, joining the Discord. And the whole point of this analysis, so you can use it and put on your own trades and make money. And then the way I use it in the live day trading room, you'll get to see, I go into the day, like tomorrow, if I was running the live trading room tomorrow, I would say, okay, look, I'm looking to get long, NQ, because I don't really trade ES and I don't need to focus on both of them. So I'd be looking long NQ, short gold. And then I just set up my intraday volume-based charts, see if my analysis is correct with confirmation from the intraday charts that I use. And then I just wait for price to go there. If I like what I see, I've got certain things I look for on my intraday system. I put the trade on and, let it work. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when it works, I make a lot more than when it doesn't. And I'm probably, probably got a hit rate of, 60%, something like that. And if you're making 2 to 1, 3 to 1, and you're batting 60%, you're doing pretty well. So that's the name of the game, guys. Coming in the day with a plan, executing the plan, let the chips fall where they may. It's a probabilities game, right? It's a numbers game. You're not going to win every day. You're not going to win every trade. And I think fear of losing or fear of being wrong is one of the things that people really have a tough time with. Greed is a whole other thing once you start getting some winners and making some money. But the fear of loss and the fear of being wrong or, looking like an idiot somehow, as if we're supposed to have a crystal ball here. We're not, right? So I don't feel like an idiot if some of my analysis is just totally off. That's the game. I can't get it right every time. But if you get it right enough, you can make a lot of money, right? That reminds me, one thing I posted in the Discord today is that I said it would be a super volatile, choppy day. Go back and look at my end of day analysis from last night. You'll see that I clearly said at the end of the video, I said, guys, I wouldn't really trade the indices today. That was before it happened. I said I expect some cross currents. That was based on everything I was seeing across all the major markets. I said I think you're in for a rough ride, a volatile ride today before it happened. And for those of you who, heeded that advice, right, could have saved you from losing a lot of money today. Right? It was a difficult trading day for most people. I didn't trade. I've been developing my course and all that stuff. But for those of you who listen to me, if you weren't the most astute, experienced trader, as I said, today was a really good day to take the day off. And not trading is just as important as a decision as deciding when to trade and where to trade. Because if you know the tough days to avoid, you're not going to get it right every time. But if you have a system like this where you can see it, you can save yourself a lot of money and a lot of heartache, by just having really bad days. So I think that's something you guys should really, really think about too. Not trading is as much of a decision as trading itself. All right, so here is silver. Silver's looking, a little more bullish, kind of gapping up here at the open. Not really sure why that's happening. So I don't really have a read here on silver right at this exact moment. My resistance level is closer to 33 on silver. Maybe that means gold wants to push a little higher. Keep an eye on silver, but I still like that resistance level for gold. They're correlated, but they don't move perfectly in sync with one another. All right, let's go ahead and look at crude oil real quick, natural gas, the dollar against the euro, and then we'll finish off with Bitcoin and we'll call it a night. And you guys, please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Ask me questions about what you're seeing. Anything you want to tell me, guys, any questions you have, just, go ahead and fire them down there. We got a lot of cool people on this channel. I'll respond. Other people will respond. You guys can get a conversation going. It's perfect. Then you want to continue the conversation, go to Discord. Lots of cool stuff happening over there. We're growing really fast. And that's because, we're one of the few Discords where it's just real people, real traders, something that works, like a good group of people, very positive. It's just none of the, mass marketing crap that most people are used to. And as more and more people find out about our Discord, it's going to grow with really cool, dedicated traders. And, that's the goal. So I'm really enjoying the process. I never thought in a million years I would start a Discord, but I got asked to by several people, and I'm glad I did, because it's getting some nice traction and people are really enjoying their experience there. And I post a lot of stuff in there too and help people and answer questions, because I put a lot of time in this, a lot of time just giving my heart out, trying to help people along their journey, because I do believe that if you help other people, that's a good thing, right? Like other people want to help you too. So if we all help each other, then that's good. It's better than not helping. Not that you can just give things away for nothing, because then people don't appreciate it. They don't want to work hard. So there has to be a balance, obviously. But generally speaking, helping each other is good. And at least, teaching the guy how to fish, right? Isn't that what Jesus said? For all of you who follow that stuff. I'm not a religious guy, but I do like some of the sayings from the Bible. Don't cast pearls before swine. That means like, hey, you can like lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? Like you can show somebody how to trade, but they may not appreciate it. They may not know what they have. So it's the same thing. Jesus teaching the other guy how to fish. Like, hey, I can teach you how to fish, but at the end of the day, you got to catch your own fish. So that's what it's all about, right? So here is crude oil. We said that crude would probably be under pressure. That was correctamundo, as they say here in Costa Rica. I don't really know if they say that, but just gotta have a little fun. And had a nice, crude was under pressure all day until the squeeze brought it back up, and now we're rolling back over. So I would say crude has a lot of resistance in that 68.50 level, 68.75. If I was trading crude, I would be looking to play the short side up in here. So that's crude. Let's look at nat gas, and then we'll turn our attention to the euro and finally Bitcoin. Let's let nat gas load here. All right, guys, here's nat gas. And guys, I think we pretty much nailed this to the wall. This thing popped itself up. And go back to the yesterday's analysis video. I said I would not be shorting here because we broke a bunch of resistance. And there you go. Nat gas likes to, squeeze higher. It's in a world of its own. And yeah, now up here, you've got some pretty good resistance. Right? On the weekly, you got resistance up here. And again, guys, I'm not going into all the details. That's going to be when we do the full comprehensive teaching and course and all that kind of stuff. You'll see how I match up the multiple time period analysis, all these different levels, the types of trading, all these dots, the lines, everything. Here, I'm just kind of giving you the nuts and bolts, right? So here on natural gas, I'd say, yeah, you got a lot of resistance now at 4.4. I'd probably be looking at short rallies up here on natural gas because, you got a lot of resistance across the board. So, natural gas is a wild beast. You can always do scenario analysis where you go back and you look at similar patterns where this type of thing has happened. So once natural gas finishes loading this year, for whatever reason, the energy sector loading the charts just takes days. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm assuming it's all the different calculations I use in my indicators. For whatever reason, it takes a little longer to retrieve on the energies, which is fine. Guys, sometimes we got to be patient to make a little cash. So yeah, I'd be in favor of shorting natural gas up here for sure. Scenario analysis, which is what I was going to say, is kind of like this, where you go back and find similar situations. So you see here, big move up, broke the pink dot, closed over the cyan, push higher, up, pink dot holds, correction. Well, look at the same thing. That's called scenario analysis. So I'd be looking for resistance right here on natural gas. Beautiful situation. Let's go to the euro, and then we will look at Bitcoin to cap it all off. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are in the world. Costa Rica is awesome. Just super beautiful here by the beach, surfing every day after I get done working on the computer, trading, setting up all the course stuff. I'm a full-time trader, but now I've become a full-time, setting up the course infrastructure guy, which is cool because it forces me also to look at my stuff and, okay, how do I teach it? And I got to think through how to explain things. So if you can explain things, that's a good mark that you really understand, your craft or what you're doing, right? So having a lot of fun doing the course, explaining how things work, and it's just it's going to be a really sweet thing when it's all done. All right, so guys, and I don't go over the yearly chart here, the quarterly or the monthly, really, because these are quick end of day analysis for YouTube. But when we do have the course and the member section, all that, I'm going to go into detail on all these charts. So if you're a swing trader, long-term position trader, whatever you want to trade, the daily chart like we do, or intraday in the live trading room, you're going to have all that laid out for you every single day. And I'm going to have the time to do it because I'm not going to be in infrastructure development mode. All right, so here you can see the euro squeeze today with the indices. Interesting. Can't remember what I said about the euro yesterday, to be honest. Go back and look. I honestly don't remember because I don't trade the euro. But we have broken through some pretty good resistance here now at 105.50. That was resistance to start the week, got shot down, and now pushing back up. No, I'm sorry. We opened the week down here. That was last week. Guys, I don't trade the euro here. I will sometimes if there's nothing else to trade on planet Earth and I want to deal with a very slow, choppy market. So that's a pretty big move for the euro against the dollar here today. That's why you see that reversal in treasuries. That's why you see that short squeeze on the indices, especially, NASDAQ and ES. A little bit of an exhaust here. Could see a correction back down. You are at a key level here for the weekly. I would expect some chop here. I wouldn't necessarily want to short this. I think my favorite pick still is looking for longs on ES and NQ and maybe shorts on gold. And Nat gas looks like a good short. That's what I would say. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. Somebody in the Discord today, unfortunately, said they got blown up on trading Bitcoin. I feel bad for you, my friend. My heart goes out to you. It sucks. Happens to all of us from time to time. And, you just got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, try and learn from it, get back up. And if you get up, if you get punched 99 times, you get knocked to the ground, but you get up 100 times, that 100th time is when you can get on your way and start making it, So you just got to stick with it, try and learn from whatever happened today that caused you to blow up. When I see the charts load here for Bitcoin, I'll tell you, if I can remember what I said in yesterday's analysis, I'll tell you what I was thinking, and maybe if the analysis was correct and you followed it, maybe it would have helped. I don't know, but let's see if it was correct. I gotta see what I said. Let's let this load here. All right, now I remember what I said. Yeah, Bitcoin closed here yesterday on the daily, and I said I expected a lot of resistance in here, and yeah, that's pretty much what we had, although we did have the reversal back up on Bitcoin as well, but a lot of chop in here. Not one of my favorite, when you got like this big shadow over here, this big one here, they're closing at the same place, but I will say the monthly chart on Bitcoin, I mean, that's a lot of support there at 84,000, so I'm kind of curious to see where this week closes. I'm not bullish on it yet at all, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying, but that monthly is interesting to watch that support level there. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. If I have time to trade and I see something particularly good, I might try and pick off another win on my XFAs or my Tradeify accounts by maybe longing the indices. And if I see something change intraday while I'm kind of working on the course and the infrastructure and setting all that stuff up, I'll post it in Discord and I'll let you know what I'm thinking in real time. So that's another good reason to go join the Discord. Link in the description. All right, guys, please share the video, like it, subscribe, comment, and get the discussion going. We're going to save the fake save people from the fake gurus, whatever you want to call them, and we want to bring them to a real channel where we do real stuff every single day. See, I don't edit any of this crap. I don't have fancy thumbnails. I like to have fun with my thumbnails and create something funny like going to the moon. So, anyways, guys, we're here for you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.